Good evening, people. Welcome to another episode of RTB Sports. Today we'll be looking back at Game Week 2 as well as ahead to Game Week 3 of Fantasy Premier League. Game Week 2 was one that there were lots of points up for grabs if you had the right players. So just going through some of the stars of the week. In goal, we had Raya, who collected the most points of the stunning save against Aston Villa. And then top defender was Romero with 14 points. The top midfielder was Madueke with 20 points. Palmer closely followed with his 3 assists and a goal with 17 points. Son, 16 points. And up front, we have Haaland with another hat-trick. And he's actually averaging a hat-trick every 10 games. Can you believe it? Absolutely ridiculous record. Yeah, so I think the average points for the game was about 67. I think I fell just short of that this week. So if you look at my team, that's just the fixtures. Let's just go after my team quickly. So yeah, 67, and the average was 69. So I fell just short. Chose the wrong goalkeeper. I had Henderson instead of Raya because I thought that West Ham and Crystal Palace had a draw, a goalless draw written all over it. And I thought Aston Villa would score at least once. Ollie Watkins should have scored. But yeah, if you don't score, you don't score. And then, yeah, otherwise, Isak still not off the mark. Bruno still not off the mark. And Kunku didn't even start. So I have to check if I'm going to keep him or not. And then also, Smith Rowe got his first goal for Fulham, so I'm glad I kept faith in him and will continue because I saw in the United game that he was getting into good positions. So I'm happy that he managed to get a goal. Yeah, that's about it. So my strategy for this week was to not use any transfers from the first game week. I think it was fairly okay. Just 2 points of the average, 2 transfers in hand. And I think when from game 1, I didn't want to make any changes until after the international break because that would be after the transfer window. So when players move around, at least I'll have the transfers in the bank. So I think I'm off to a fairly decent start. And since then, I see that Madueke after his hat-trick is the most transferred person in, which I don't have. I didn't mention him as usual. I did mention in the first episode that Madueke was one to keep an eye on, but Chelsea they have so many options that you never know who's going to start. So I kept in Nkunku because of his pre-season form. And then obviously Nkunku played against, who did he play this? He played against Man City. And then he didn't play against Wolves. And then so Madueke was the one who did the business this time around. And then also Smith Rowe, a lot of people brought him in, Palmer, as you expect. And all the people that didn't want to sacrifice their budget for Haaland is finally making the moves to get him in. And in terms of outgoings, Isak, the most transferred out person, I'm not yet ready to let go of him. Solanke is a Nkunku after that. I'm still not ready to go of him. I think I'll give him another week and then I will see during the international break how it looks. So yeah, that's about it for game week 2. Madueke was the top scorer, as I mentioned earlier. There is temptation to bring him in because after scoring a hat-trick, he's definitely going to start the next game with to Palace. But Palace, after 2 defeats, I don't know, Glasner's a good coach, so I can't see him really going 3 for 3, So I think they'll be a bit more defensively sound it will be after the transfer window, so it will be interesting to see if Mark Gay departs after they just sold Anderson to Fulham. So yeah, we'll have to see about that one. But I'm definitely keeping probably all my assets unless someone gets injured between now and the start of the next game week. So looking ahead, so Arsenal Brighton early kickoff. Saka, I think Brighton after the good victory, they still showed signs of vulnerability. You know, in playing United and playing Arsenal's two different stories, especially at the Emirates. So I think those who have Saka will be pleased they have Saka for this one. But I have a Kai Havertz, and I'm sure if he doesn't score, he'll at least get an assist or be involved in the play. I think they will come out the blocks as usual fast, so I'm hoping he will get a goal early in the game. Next, in the middle set of fixtures, another player that was impressive who didn't actually score points was Morgan Rogers. If you just look, I think his value is about 5. We'll check now quickly. Just check his value. Yeah, Morgan Rogers. Yeah, 5. So even though he didn't perform in terms of points, fantasy points, he had a very, very good display. The way he carried the ball through Arsenal's midfield at times is very impressive. And it gives me hope that one of his runs through midfield will lead to points, either an assist or goal quite soon, because he is one of their main attacking outlets. So if you look at their fixtures, we have 4 greens in a row, followed by United at home, Fulham away, and Bournemouth after that. It gets slightly trickier after the Bournemouth game, but that's only after the 26th of October. So Aston Villa now, after the Arsenal game, they actually have a very good run of games. So he's someone, so if you look at my team, if because he costs 5, if Bruno doesn't perform this week, I can, or Hudson-Odoi doesn't perform, then I'll probably swap him out for Rodgers to get him in for after the international break when they have a double home fixtures against Everton and Wolves. And Everton and Wolves have both been actually leaking goals in the first 2 game weeks. So Morgan Rogers, Ollie Watkins, Bailey, they are ones to look out for. See a question from. Let me just bring up Pip quickly. Pip, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Can you? Okay, I can hear you now. How's it?
Good, Rishi. Good yourself.
No problem. No problem.
I see
Better
you've
late than
managed
never.
to. Yeah, sorry, it's the wife's birthday
No,
today, so
it's
I
fine.
had
I
to
understand.
priorities.
Yeah. My wife's birthday was for the past 4 days, so
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know how you feel. Yeah, for the past 4 days, every day there was something.
So the
So
wife
I
comes
understand.
first, eh?
No worries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good to be
Oh, I
back.
just went. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I just went over the review of Game 2.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just showed like who earned the most points per position,
Okay.
and then I just started actually looking at this week. So I just went over the Arsenal fixture. I don't know if you want to touch on that quickly before we move on.
Yeah, Arsenal had a tough game, but they managed to come through. I didn't watch the game, but from what I've heard, um, Ollie Watkins missed a couple of really good chances.
Yeah,
I mean, lots of people have had him in the team. I've had him in my team as well. So
yeah,
that's a bummer. If you should have taken at least one. But again, another clean sheet for Arsenal. The defenders look like a good bet. Um, but they're playing against Brighton this weekend. We'll see how that goes.
yeah. I put Raya on my bench because I was sure Aston Villa would score at least once, and they should have.
Yeah,
So I got
yeah,
one
yeah.
point for Henderson, and then Raya sat with 10 points on my bench. It was so frustrating. Because obviously I wanted Aston to lose, but besides that, it was
Mm.
so frustrating to see Aston Villa not even score
Yeah,
because of
yeah.
that.
And
Yeah,
it's gonna be a lot tougher for them this season than what it was for them last season with juggling
yeah,
Champions League as well. I see
yeah,
we have a question from Junaid.
yeah.
Should
Do you
we
know,
add?
I'll answer your question when we come to the Chelsea game. So I'll just
Okay,
keep it aside for now, and then I'll let you know.
okay.
Yeah, and the next thing I was actually just started. I was speaking about Aston Villa.
Mm-hmm,
I'll show you. Yeah, I was speaking about Rogers because he was very impressive in the game. So I was saying Rogers, Bailey,
mm-hmm.
was this like Watkins? All of them, if you look at the fixtures coming up, it's
Oh, they've
one,
got some.
two,
Yeah,
three.
I think we
They have a
did
very
touch up
good
on
set.
this. Yeah, we did touch up on
Yeah,
this when we did our first show.
the regional show.
After
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
after that game against Arsenal, they've got
Arsenal. Yeah,
some nice. Yeah, after the Arsenal game,
yeah,
they've got some nice fixtures coming up.
yeah,
Even that United game at home, I
yeah,
see them scoring. I think they're going to beat
yeah, yeah,
United. Um, but yeah, so it's a good idea to start putting Aston Villa players in. I mean, don't be
yeah.
down. I think just because they lost to Arsenal, Arsenal are the second best team in the league.
All
So,
bottom. Yeah.
I mean,
And
they
unfortunate.
yeah, they were unlucky. They played well from what I've heard. And
Yeah,
their players will definitely score some decent points in the next few
yeah,
game weeks.
yeah. And then
I heard
yeah, so I
Matty Cash is
was.
in. I heard Matty Cash is injured though, right?
See, I didn't see.
Yeah, yeah, he's going to be out for a month. I think he's
Oh
going to be
yes,
out
he
for a
came
month.
off in the game. He came off. Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't hear the
mm,
update, but I did see him come off. Yeah.
he's going to
Okay.
be out for
Oh,
a
that's
month.
actually quite long.
Yeah,
Okay.
so maybe
So I'll.
Matson will get a chance.
He actually didn't come on. He came on in the second half, but he didn't come
Mm.
on when Cash went off. This guy came on. What's his this Nedel? I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Nedeljkovic, they were talking about. Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard Gary Neville talking about him.
yeah.
They were saying
He came on
that
in
he
like
was out.
74 minutes.
Mm. So yeah,
He wasn't
so, I
bad.
mean, yeah, Matson's. I mean, as we said again, we touched on new signings. They're going to take a while
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
get accustomed to the league. So just give them time.
Yeah,
It's better now to choose players that have been in the league since last season.
yeah. I was saying just before you came on that I'm planning to once again not use a transfer because I want to keep my transfers for the international break
Okay.
and because it's
Yeah.
after the transfer window, so there'll be a lot of changes and things. So I'm definitely
Yes.
looking at Morgan Rogers or Bailey, one of the two, to bring in
So
if
you
Bruno
so you
doesn't perform.
so you haven't made any changes yet to your team.
No. The only
I've
thing
made
I
like
did was change my starting lineup.
I think I've made 3 transfers already.
So I'm aiming to keep that three because I was waiting also for Villa to be done with Arsenal.
Hmm.
And I was waiting for Chelsea to get a bit more clarity on who's gonna start in terms of the 6.5s.
Hmm.
I don't feel like I have that clarity yet,
Yeah.
like fully, because if I just go to Chelsea's team quickly, uh,
I think Nkunku
Chelsea,
look at that list of goalkeepers. It's such a long list.
it's ridiculous. I just wanted to check. You see, Chelsea, Madueke scored a hat trick now, so he's definitely
Hmm.
starting the next game. But
Yeah.
then Felix Neto, Nkunku, one of
Mm.
those are not playing.
Yeah.
Nkunku played the first game and came off, and then he didn't start the second game. So I don't know. I'm just gonna stick with him for one more round.
Yeah, it's a gamble with Chelsea. You don't know who's going to play.
Yeah,
There's so many players in the squad, and
yeah,
I mean you understand that players do need to be rotated. So
yeah,
it's up to you. It's up to the managers to decide. I'm not going to pass any judgment or give any advice there.
yeah. And obviously, Palm is the one shoe-in of the attackers to score,
Yes.
and probably
Yeah. Yeah.
Jackson actually also because he's actually the only number 9.
He's the only striker. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I
as
saw today the link
the
to Ivan Tony.
I saw that, but I was convinced he was going to Saudi. Or Chelsea going to really push some cash out for him, and they
I
talking
wouldn't be
today.
surprised.
They're talking today very strongly about a swap deal to Jadon Sancho and
I'm
Sterling.
sure. Yeah.
I don't know
I
what to
don't.
make of that, to be honest.
I was gonna ask
I,
you actually what you think of that.
I don't know.
I,
I don't know why you'd want a Chelsea reject. It's not like they need a player out wide, United. Um,
yeah,
I would rather just take the cash and just I mean, I can't understand. So the Guardian was talking about Chelsea and the amount of players that they need to get rid of, and they were saying
Yeah,
that clubs should rather just wait because Chelsea are going to be desperate to offload players, and you can get
yeah.
these players at a bargain. So I don't know what United
Yeah.
are doing here.
Even last season, people kept on, like, you gave them 60 million for a month. People kept on giving them money to help them get out of the
Yeah,
situation they were in.
it's
But
silly. You need to they need to suffer.
yeah,
That's the only thing that needs to happen.
but the only thing is, in terms of Sancho and Sterling, I think Sancho, sorry, I think Sterling at the moment is still better than Rashford at the moment.
Yeah,
But many people saying that Rashford couldn't even start in the first place. It should be Garnacho on that side now.
yeah. I mean,
And
he's been poor so far this season.
yeah, and but
He's
I think from Chelsea point of view, I think if they get Sancho, they're definitely getting the better deal
yes.
because they're letting go someone who doesn't suit their system to get someone
Mm,
who's like Sancho who does suit their system because he,
mm,
he can retain possession, play the 1-2s with
mm,
Palmer and whoever's there. So I think they
mm.
will be getting a good deal. Sterling will be like 50-50. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because we don't even know whose place is he going to take. Probably Ahmad, I suppose.
Yeah, like I think Sterling just worked under Pep's system really. We haven't seen anything at Chelsea. He was okay. He was when he broke through at Liverpool, he was good, but I think that was more because he was an unknown. He was just it was a wild card. No
Uh,
one knew what he was about. But
he,
yeah,
he was good. The thing is, it's the same like Jack Grealish. They talk about his game at Man City, where it's more just the way Pep wants him. So he lost all that Maverick side. That
yes,
he doesn't do the things that come naturally. He's just following this. So it's similar with
yeah,
Sterling, because Sterling Liverpool and Sterling City is not exactly the same. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
So and that's why he's struggling when he left City also because now he's at Chelsea. It's completely different.
yeah. The only one who'd struggle at Chelsea, the only one who's not struggling there is Cole Palmer.
Yeah, yeah, that's
It's the
true.
only man that's not struggling.
Yeah, but I
But
mean,
yeah,
Palmer also came from City, but he wasn't that
yeah,
regular in the first team. But he was
yeah,
still
yeah.
there training every single day with the team.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, Palmer is. I think he's got the freedom that he wants at Chelsea, and I mean, he's doing well. I think he got 3 assists this weekend.
yeah, 3 assists and a goal.
Not bad at all.
And his goal was like well taken. His technique is very technical. His
Yeah,
technique is sound.
yeah. I think technically he's brilliant.
Yeah.
People were saying again, listening to Sky Sports, they were saying that technically they think he's better than Phil Foden. But Foden is again.
Oh,
It's
I
it's
don't know.
it's it's, 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 it's a, it was a heated debate on Sky Sports.
I
Um,
think Foden. I think Foden. I think Palmer's younger than Foden. Eh?
yeah, but I think
So,
Foden's a bit more direct.
I think when Foden was Palmer's age, I think Foden was ahead of Palmer
Mm,
slightly.
mm.
It's
Oh, look
actually
at
it's they're very similar. They're actually very
mm.
similar.
But
Yeah,
I mean, they're both good players, very very good players. Probably
yeah, no,
two
excellent.
best young English play midfielders.
Yeah,
Um, it's a miracle that England is letting this generation go to waste.
yeah, like the golden generation.
Yeah, another one.
Yeah. Okay, what? So that was Aston Villa. The evening game, West Ham versus City. I mean, we don't really have to speak about the
I
options.
look, I think
Alan,
West Ham have a decent side, eh? That front three of these is
yeah,
pretty good with
I
Bowen,
I
Kudus,
think
and Fulkrug as well.
yeah, Volker. I think that the result for them away to Palace was very after
Mm,
losing against Aston Villa. That was a big result for them to win
mm,
away from home to Palace. Yeah,
yeah,
so that might give them the confidence to take on City. I think they
yeah,
will keep
and
them. I think it will be a tag. Okay.
yeah, City might just win by one, or
Probably
maybe
yeah, the
West
odd
Ham can
goal.
even
Yeah,
sneak a draw. Yeah, could
yeah,
be.
yeah.
We
It's
were
highly
talking about
possible.
Palace. You were talking about Palace. I was thinking they've lost two big players now, and they
Yeah,
haven't. Okay, I see they're signing in Ketia. But other than that, they haven't really replaced
it is a good
Michael
signing for
Mike.
them. I think.
Yeah, but they haven't really replaced Michael Olise and Anderson.
Yeah,
So
and
we'll see what.
Gay is still linked
Yeah,
to
but I
other
don't think that I don't think
clubs.
they're gonna let I don't think they're gonna let him go now. To lose him and Hakim Anderson's gonna be a bit too much in one
I
window.
I think they will let him go if they get Gomez from us.
Okay.
I think that's a
Yeah,
possibility.
yeah, because I know he wants to leave, right? Joe
Yeah, he's
Gomez.
exploring his options. He's exploring his options, so, and we're
Yeah,
willing
I
to
think.
let him explore. So
Yeah, I think
yeah,
he's given it enough time now. If he's not nailing down a
yeah,
regular first team spot, then
yeah,
he should just
yeah.
look elsewhere.
I,
He's just
I
maybe
agree
he's not
with
at that
him. I
level.
think yeah, I think that he's better than what we're using him as.
Mm,
It's just he's literally just filling in for left back, and when
mm,
Brent is out, and he goes to right back. Calling captain is a centre back. You know what I mean?
mm.
I think
Look, yeah,
he's better than that.
some players are happy being the substitutes, and most are not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a squad player,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
but I mean, obviously, he has that
it's
ambition to
his
be a
tenth
to be a full
season,
term.
so
Yeah,
he believes
that's long.
by now he should be a regular
Because
wherever he's
how
playing. You
old
know
is
what I
he?
mean?
27, 28?
I think he came on the scene when he was 18, so he's probably 27, 28. So
No,
he's
he's in his
not
prime
old.
now.
He still has a good four. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's in his
And
prime for
obviously,
defender.
if he wants to be in the next England World Cup squad, he needs to play
Yeah,
regularly.
yeah,
Yeah, and then we have
correct.
Chelsea. So, Juno, your question: should we add Madueke? I think if you don't have any Chelsea attackers, then it's a no-brainer to add him because he's quite cheap. I
Mm,
think he's still 6.4, 6.5 maximum.
mm.
Otherwise, just keep Bomb. I wouldn't have both of them personally.
Yeah, yeah.
It depends what you
It's
have.
you try to
Like
spread that risk as well.
yeah, a lot of people have. Oh, actually, Madueke is actually six, yeah, 6.5. So a lot of people sold on Kunku to get Madueke. So
I think
I think
I think Madueke is pretty safe there on the right because a lot of the other guys are competing on the left.
yeah, that's true. And especially with his hat trick, he's going to be given
Mm.
at least the next
So,
two games
so I mean,
unless he gets injured.
I would rather put him in than in Kunku, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I would put him in. Yeah, I'm keeping Kunku because I already have him. But
Yeah.
my reason is just to keep the transfer for the international. But
Mm.
if you want to make a transfer, then I would
Yeah.
do that because Palace they lost both games. But the thing is, Glasner was saying earlier, he's a good manager.
Mm.
Like I think it's hard to picture them losing 3 games in a row one day. Like I think he'll make them compact on when are they playing? Sunday.
Yeah.
Because
Sunday.
obviously you would have seen the free flowing nature of Chelsea. You know what I mean? So he's
Yes.
not just gonna
Yes.
go there and open up.
Yeah. Yeah. Look. And Chelsea's still a bit of it's very chaotic. We don't know what kind of performance we're going to get from Chelsea. It could
Exactly.
be again like Wolves, but it could go in the other direction.
Yeah.
It's just
Because Wolves
chaotic.
also on
Yeah.
the day they could have ended with 4 goals. But
Yeah.
Chelsea could have had
So
9.
yeah. So so it was just one of those games. We still don't know if Chelsea's on the right track because it wasn't a game where
Yeah.
they completely controlled the game. It was just
Yeah,
chaotic
exactly.
and
Exactly.
things went haywire, and then they came out of it as the victor.
I think instead of Sancho, they should be trying to get this. I think they need a centre back to be complete. Because if you look at this squad, they have 2 people in every position, but that
Mm.
centre back pairing, the quality in both
They
the
need a centre
starting and the
forward as
backup is
well.
not quite there.
They
But
need a
they have
centre forward.
Jackson.
I don't rate him. I still think he's way too
They
wasteful.
have Jackson and Kunku, but I suppose that's why they're looking into the Ivan Toney thing because I
Mm.
think he would be a brilliant signing for them. He can literally
Yeah.
do that hold up role and linking plays very
Yeah.
quickly.
I think teams are reluctant to pay what Brentford want, considering
Yeah.
he's
I don't know
28
what do they
and he has a
want.
year left. I think they want about 60 million. But I mean,
It's
he's
way too
28
much.
and yeah, he's 28 and he has a year left on his contract. They're not going to get that
I think maybe
unless they go to
40.
Saudi.
You'll leave for 40. Yeah. But it depends on also what's his wage demands.
Mm, mm,
Because this will be like his big contract.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? At his
yeah,
age. And at Brentford, he wasn't earning that much. So
yeah,
he's probably going to look for the wages as well.
yep,
Yeah. Newcastle Spurs. Isak hasn't scored yet. Do you
yeah.
still have him?
I do still have him. I think he's got like
Yeah,
7 points so far this season. And look, he's good
yeah, he
enough.
got one
He's got a lot
assist.
of
Yeah,
quality. Yeah, he's got a lot
yeah,
of quality. He'll come good. Anthony Gordon
yeah.
scored over the weekend. But I mean, Joe Linton. I think Joe Linton was lucky not to get sent off.
Did you see his
Basically
clothesline from
clothesline that
now?
clothesline from LJBL style. JBL would definitely be proud of that.
That was
Yeah, I think he was lucky
ridiculous.
to be. He was lucky to not be sent off.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean Newcastle. They haven't really set the world alight. Kieran Trippier doesn't. I don't think.
yeah,
I think a lot of people are going to start signing Kieran Trippier now,
yeah.
because he
He
hasn't
came
started either of
on
the
in
game.
the second half.
He came
Yeah.
on, but I think there are talks that he
He's
was
linked to the
leave as
move
well.
away, so we have to
Yeah,
see Friday if he leaves. At least the window ends before the game week. So
yeah. This uncertainty is a bunch of nonsense, man. People need to know.
I
Need to sort out
prefer
their
the window
teams.
to close before the season
Mm.
starts. But then obviously
Yeah,
all the leagues need to be aligned.
yeah. I mean, because the problem was they did that I think a couple of seasons
They
ago, but
tried
then
it, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and then other leagues were just poaching the players
Yeah, players could
afterwards.
still leave, yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
it's just silly.
they should have seen that coming or something. But it only
Yeah,
works if everyone closes at the same time.
I think they need to relook at it because having a season
Yeah,
3 weeks
exactly.
old and you're still trying to play and you're still trying to finalize your squad is just it's nonsense, man.
Before you know your squad, this is you're going to the
Yeah,
season. That's finished. January, we
yeah,
can look at it again.
correct.
And Spurs side Son, I think you have Son, no?
Yes, I had Son as my captain, so 2 goals
Nice.
for me.
Oh,
He did
nice.
well.
Is
Pedro
that
Porro.
Pickford gave him a gift?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I saw the highlights of that. Um, Pedro Porro got a nice few points again. So he's got one clean sheet and then a goal this season, which is a very good return. I think he's very good value for money as well.
Yeah, he's
Um,
very attack minded.
yeah, 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 very attack minded. So I mean, Spurs are not a team that's going to keep clean sheets very often. So you're just
Yeah,
hoping that the defenders are going to score goals. So don't bother putting in a centre back who's not going to be a
yeah.
threat
He's
in
more
the
there for the
opposition box.
assist than clean
Yeah.
sheets.
So I think
I
he's a
think,
much bigger assist than
yeah,
Udogi, for instance.
yeah.
So
I
good value
think
for money.
the Newcastle Spurs game looks like there's goals in that game.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
The last two seasons, Newcastle battered them. I think the one game was 5-6-1, or the
yes,
two
yes, yes,
was
yes. I remember that like Newcastle scored
4-0.
quite a few
Yeah,
goals
yeah,
in the
yeah.
first
They
half.
blitzed it. I think they were 4-0 up after 20 minutes or something like that.
Yes, I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
that. But yeah,
So
it's the
I'm
Spurs.
expecting
We'll see
more
what
goals.
happens.
So that's why
Yeah, I
I'll
mean,
keep ASAP because I'm
mm,
sure you'll get something.
yeah, no, definitely. It's going to be an entertaining game. Besides
Yeah.
from the fantasy football perspective, it's going to be a very entertaining game.
I'm sure everybody will eat something in that game. But
Yeah,
obviously not the defenders as
not the
much.
defenders and the goalkeepers.
Yeah. Yeah. Just watch next time we speak to each other, then we're gonna look back and then that game is gonna be 0-0
It's going to be a nil
after.
nil, and
Yeah.
yeah, and players are going to be a lot of yellow cards, so people are going to get minus points as well.
Yeah. And in the final game, United was Liverpool. So we look at
Really,
it just
I
from
didn't know they were playing this weekend.
so we look at it just from a fantasy perspective because Thursday night we'll do a preview of the game. No, Juno, I don't think you should triple captain Salah. I think you should triple
I
captain
would have.
him in the return game at Anfield. It's more of a shout.
Look, I don't know what to expect from United this weekend. To be honest, I didn't think they were that bad against Brighton. They deserved at least a draw. Um, they were unlucky with Garnacho's goal. Um, but I thought for a large part of the game they were quite good. And I'm not saying this as a United fan. Obviously we're not gonna expect a massive turnaround from last season, but you could see progress. But the defending for the 2 goals was it was
Yeah,
atrocious. It was,
I
it was
think
so there's no point like playing well for such a long period and then you have 2 lapses of concentration and you concede 2 goals from it. Then you're not
I
making any
think I think
progress.
I think the second goal was obviously a communication issue.
Mm,
Like you can see the leaked he's the senior figure. I don't know
mm,
where Martinez was in that phase actually, but I know the Ligt was the man
yeah.
blocking the shot. So
Mm,
behind him was Mazraoui and there was nobody. So
mm.
somebody he could have communicated. Even Onana didn't even look that his plays at the back post. I don't know
Yeah,
how he missed.
I don't know how 9 of those. Apparently, there were 9 United players in the box. I don't know how they all missed him.
That
Missed
was
those two
crazy.
plays
But I
because I
think
think it
a
was
draw. I think
Enciso.
a
The other
draw
was the
was a
other one.
fair result.
Yeah,
I think a draw was
I,
a fair result on the
yeah. So it's,
balance
it's a
of
bit of a it's
the
a
play.
bit of a kick in the teeth when your team plays decently and then then they concede in the last minute all the
Yeah,
time. It's 6 times in the last 2 seasons where they've conceded a winner in injury time. It's
yeah,
just yeah.
exactly.
Junaid says ask
Don't
a
answer. Wait.
prediction.
Don't answer. Don't answer. We're
Why is
gonna
it? Is it
do predictions on Thursday for in the preview show. So
okay?
we'll do that on Thursday. So just in terms of fantasy for this game, I don't know. It's one of those games where you're just lucky if your player
Yes.
scores because it's such a fiercely contested battle that
Mm,
you know.
I think it's going to come down to and the thing is also United have a decent record against Liverpool, especially at Old
Yeah,
Trafford under Ten Hag.
yeah,
They've won
exactly. Yeah,
two. They've won 2 games. They've drawn one. Um, so I mean, and they've scored. United have scored I think they've scored 8 goals in the 3 games against Liverpool at Old Trafford, which is not too bad.
yeah,
But again,
yeah.
form doesn't really count for much
But the
in
FA Cup
this
was
in this game.
after 90 minutes, so I don't know. I think the
Yeah,
Premier League is
it'll-
two goals. It's 4 goals. It's 4 goals
yeah.
in the
But we're
two
going to get
penalty
really
matches.
technical now, Rushdie.
No, but I mean this is Premier League. You don't play with
Yeah,
minimum
okay.
effort.
Look, but yeah, it's form doesn't. It does count,
Yeah,
obviously, but
yeah,
to a lesser extent in this
yeah,
particular fixture. I mean, we spoke about this again that um, even when United were dominant in the early 2010s and early 2000s, they were beaten a lot by Liverpool, and
yeah.
I mean vice versa as well. Even when Liverpool were the better team, United was a tough
Got
place for
him
them.
at the
Old Trafford was a
moments.
plus
Yeah,
tough place to yeah. So um,
yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't. I mean, I'm taking my United defenders out. There's no way they're going to be playing. They'll be at the bottom of my substitutes list.
Oh, on your
Um,
bench, I just have Bruno, so I'll keep him in because he's always penalty or
yeah, and he's taking
he's
set
capable
pieces.
of scoring. Yeah,
Mm,
exactly.
mm,
So
mm, mm.
I want to remove him. And Salah, no Salah, I don't have Salah. I have Jota, so I think he'll definitely start. So just two of them. So
Yeah.
I think both of them could easily score on the day. I won't
I
be
mean, yeah,
surprised.
yeah. I mean, Jota's been decent. Salah is Salah. He has a
Yeah,
good record at Old Trafford. Um,
yeah.
I see they took Trent off in the last game and he wasn't too happy.
He needs. I think for a vice captain to behave like that was very unnecessary.
I think
So
we
I don't
forget
know.
he's still only 25. Eh?
Yeah, but still, that's irrelevant. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, fair.
players come off all the time. It's part of life. Just deal with it.
Mm.
It's a long season, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they probably don't want to get him injured now
Yeah.
because
He'll be the
I
first
mean
one with
he's
tears in his eyes in January when he goes off for the hamstring injury and he can't play.
well. Let's see if he signs a
So,
new contract also now.
yeah,
That's
yeah, we'll
another
see.
risk that Liverpool are playing with.
I don't know. We'll see on Thursday if there's any developments between now and then in the transfer window. I
Yeah,
think we only linked to PAs and we got the coding in, so
yeah. I can't believe that Juve
I
want to
don't
let that
know.
guy go.
I,
It's a bit of
I
a shock for me.
I think it's they said he doesn't fit the plans, so and he
Mm.
has 1 year left, so they're trying to just get something
And 15
rather than
million
let him leave for free.
can be a very good deal for Liverpool, eh? They took about 15 million euros.
I think it's low risk, high reward kind of
Mm,
thing,
mm.
and it's 15 million euros, so it's probably 12 million. It's very
Yeah, about
little,
12 million. Yeah,
and
that can be a very good deal for Liverpool.
He's probably gonna play most of the time, coming on for Salah from the 70th
Mm,
minute onwards, or calling cup
mm.
or something. So I think it's like when we signed Shaqiri, it was a similar price. And
Yeah,
he was used in a similar way. So I don't know.
yeah.
I don't mind the signing. If it was me, I wouldn't sign him.
Mm.
But from the money point of view, it's fine. I don't have an issue.
Yeah, no, at 15 million euros these days is nothing.
Like I'm tired of having players that have bad injury records. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like we
Now,
had Arthur Mello. He played 14 minutes.
yeah, yeah.
He didn't play again. This is ridiculous.
I think even last year, Thiago, he played for what, like 5 or 6 minutes and he
Yeah,
was done.
exactly. Yeah, he came on against. He was rushed into the Arsenal game because of the injury crisis. He had to play
Mm.
centre back, and then we still conceded with him on the pitch. The third goal, I think. And then he didn't play again because he hurt him. He got hurt again. So and he had
Yeah.
surgery in the summer. So
And now
he
he's
would have
done.
been the
He's
perfect
nice and
player
right.
that we needed. That we needed now.
Uh,
Fitty,
I,
yeah,
I,
that
I,
would be
I
perfect.
saw a meme that was talking about the pass completion rate under on a was it slot? Is it slot?
Slot, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like 92%, and they were saying that he would have been the perfect midfielder
Yeah,
in this new
yeah.
system.
Because that's what he wanted when he wanted Zubimendi, that kind of
Mm,
player to receive the ball from the
yeah.
back line of the goalie. So it's just a pity. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think so. That's the last fixture of the week. So I will see you on Thursday evening, hopefully, for the
Yes.
United vs Liverpool preview. So we'll go more in depth into both teams. The start of the season, we'll look at the transfers. So obviously, you have like 5 transfers. We have 0. We have 1 at the moment, actually.
I
So
will
we'll touch on
come.
that and yeah, bring
Yeah.
your
I,
tactics.
yes. I will come prepared for battle to defend my team to the death.
No
Yes.
problem,
I'm
bro.
ready for war.
No problem. I'll see you Thursday.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening. We'll see you on Thursday for the Man United vs Liverpool preview. Enjoy the rest of your week. See you soon. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.